there was a video game of it as well, wasn't there? I played
There
the video
was
game.
much more recently. Much more recently, there was like
Yeah.
almost like
Vermintide?
an XCOM style video game. I don't think it was much. I haven't heard much good about it. It was all right, as a lot of GW video games tend to be. Is they're all right. Were you thinking of something different?
I remember playing it. I don't remember it being good or bad.
Oh, okay.
I just remember it being. I just remember seeing the word Mordheim and going toot toot. Let's go.
Yep. Get on that.
It's the same as I do with all of that. Whenever a new Games Workshop game comes out, I'm like, let's give it a go. I'm playing Darktide on the Xbox at the moment.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
But it's like one of those things. It's like I could play Darktide, or I could go onto my PlayStation and play Helldivers, which is more or less the same game but executed far
That's
more
it. Yeah, you never really know what you're going to get with a GW video game because they give that fucking license out to anyone who puts their hand out by the sounds of things, really.
Especially these days. Since they took on that
everywhere. Everyone and their dog is like making a GW game and they're all over the place in terms of quality. And none of them, unfortunately, are great, too. I don't think.
With everything, like they're doing plush and all sorts of stuff now. My understanding is, and somebody will hopefully correct me if I'm wrong, but like my understanding is that the guy in charge of promotion at GW now is actually ex-Hasbro.
Oh, well, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the way that they've aggressively done, like it feels like Games Workshop's just sort of gotten from there to there, just like overnight, and like from the McFarlane action figures to the Joy Toy license to these plush that are coming out. They're even doing what's the floating skull thing that...
Yeah, Servo Skull.
Servo Skull.
Yeah.
There's a plush Servo Skull coming out.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
There's nothing more grimdark than a plushy Servo Skull.
Yeah. And even down to, I look at the majority of people who are doing like Games Workshop content on YouTube now, and it seems to me to be a far greater female amount of people that are doing it. And they're producing some stunning work too. It's like, I guess because they're painting the models and not necessarily always sticking to the world. And I guess that's male or female. That's not necessarily here or there. But like, I think there's a lot of people who are just painting the models now, and they're making such a... I saw a Hello Kitty orc today.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I was like, that is so amazing. And one of the reasons that I don't just paint Warhammer is because I want to paint different stuff.
Yes.
It never occurred to me that I could paint an orc pink.
That's right. Yeah. Because we grew up with it in the 80s and 90s, right? Yeah. Where you would never even think to do such a thing.
I mean, even down to at the moment. So I have finished a Hammers of Dawn 40k army. They are an army that's supposed to be black with a touch of orange. I didn't like that because it's just another black army.
Yeah.
It's just another army made with black paint and Nuln oil. So I actually went the other way around and went for orange with a little bit of black.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
So I've got this bright orange army that I've painted grimdark and all the rest of it. And I got so sick of painting. I have occasions where I'll paint something for so long that it'll burn me out.
Yeah.
I painted Kragnos, which is like a $300 model a few years ago. And I didn't paint anything for 6 months because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, I just get done with it.
Yeah. But I'm doing an Ultramarines army now, and I'm doing it 90s style. So I'm doing like Goblin Green bases.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right.
No fake grass.
Yep. They're all flocking.
And that's sort of, because I'm a nerd, I've actually started doing a Stormcast Eternal army 90s style.
Oh,
so
nice.
No gold paint. They're in yellow rather than gold.
Yep.
So just to mix it up a little bit, just to get some bright colors. I want my toys to look like toys for a change.
Yeah.
So I'm having a bit of fun with that at the moment. But like, yeah, most of my stuff's a little bit more grim dark.
I'm going to be very interested to see the outcome of this project in that case, because like in terms of like bright and colorful,
which way do I go?
You couldn't get further away from that than like this fucking thing right here. You know,
That's right.
Like this is about as grim. This puts 40k to shame, I think, in terms of like
100%.
grim, dark, gritty griminess.
They keep talking about making Warhammer movies. Make a Mordheim movie. Make a movie about 5 people going into a town to get rid of a horde of disgusting creatures that have taken it over.
It'd be brilliant. Yeah, I think
it'd be so good.